Hi there, fellow travelers.
Hello.
It's Neil.
And I'm Kimberly.
And this is To Travel and Tour.
Today, we're going to be doing a beer tasting.
Yes.
And we're tasting beers from around the world.
That's right. So for this beer tasting, we will be making use of a rating sheet that came with a set that Kimberly actually bought.
Yeah.
So in addition to that sheet, with kind of like these little glasses here. Mm-hmm. So we are all prepared.
Yep. And we're going to be doing 4 beers today that we've selected from different countries. The first beer we're going to be tasting today is this one. Okay. This is Laško or Laško?
I think Laško.
Okay. And this one is from Slovenia.
That's right. Laško Club.
Yep. And then the next one we're going to be tasting?
The smallest bottle in the bunch, a Japanese beer by the name of Red Rice. Mm-hmm. Has a goofy little red owl on it. And here's a special one that no doubt is going to be a strong contender. This is Weihenstephaner. German beer, that's right. And not just a German beer. This comes from literally the oldest brewery in the world.
Yes, really old.
We're talking the year on here. It says since 1040.
1040.
So that's almost 1,000-year-old brewery.
That's kind of cool.
It is.
I'm anxious. Now this one really has me interested. This one,
biggest bottle,
the size of it.
Biggest bottle in the bunch.
It's Baltika.
Yes.
Actually, and it's a wheat ale. And this one comes from Russia.
That's right.
So again, around the world, we have 4 beers we're going to try for you today and let you know what we think. There are questions on our sheet that we need to answer. It's appearance, aroma, taste, mouthfeel, and finish.
So let's get started here with the first beer from Slovenia. So as far as the appearance for Laško is concerned, let's see here. It looks crisp to me.
Yeah.
Very crisp. Bottle doesn't look too bad.
No, I like that it has the fleur-de-lis on the back.
It does? Where?
Right here.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Nice. Then you should sniff it. Mm-hmm. It smells crisp too. This is going to be a crisp beer, I think. Yeah. Well, let's see.
That's nothing I expected.
It is kind of what I expected. Interesting aftertaste.
Oh, I really like it.
It's nice. I didn't see the aftertaste coming.
No, it doesn't taste hoppy. It has like a really deeper finish to it.
Oh, for sure.
Almost like some of your dark beers do at the end, in my opinion.
That's exaggerated, I think, but...
Now this one does have 4.9% alcohol, and we paid $4.75 for a bottle of this.
Yeah, very interesting beer.
But do you like it?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, this is definitely something that if I were ever to go to Slovenia and I'm in a pub somewhere,
I would definitely order this.
Yeah.
Definitely. Sure. I would order this in a bar here.
All right. So now the time has come to rate this beer from Slovenia. Laško Club. So you first for appearance.
I think it's nice. I give it a 4.
I think it's a nice bottle, but it isn't anything that really stands out. And the beer itself, if I look at it in a glass, is anything that I'm like, that's really, really special. But it still looks appetizing. So between the bottle and the beer itself, I'm gonna go with a 3.5, like right in between.
Of course you would.
Yep. Very first grade I'm gonna put down.
The aroma.
It did have a bit of a scent to it, I would say.
It smelled nice. What I like too is it definitely had a freshness to it, but it tasted different than it smelled to me. But as far as the aroma goes, I'm going to go with a 3.
Okay. That's actually something I agree with you on. I think 3 seems appropriate here. Then taste.
I'm going to go with a 4 because I would definitely order that. In fact, I'm going to have a little more.
I do like the crispness of it for sure. I don't know. It's good. I don't know how to describe. It just feels like a 3.5 to me.
Okay, everything about it is a 3.5 to Neil.
No, you're almost a 3.
Okay.
Mouthfeel. What do you think? How did it feel in your mouth?
Like beer.
Like beer, really, Kimberly?
Yeah. I mean, it had a nice body to it. There was no weird like taste to it at all. As far as like sometimes like things, I'm not a real big fan of very hoppy things.
I know.
And a lot of times really hoppy beers will feel weird in my mouth even.
Yeah.
Because it hits, I don't know, just different taste buds or something. But this felt really good and really smooth.
Good. So what are you going to give?
I'm going to give it a 4.
That is something that I do agree with you on. It had a pleasant feeling in the mouth. It was inviting for sure. So yes, a 4.
And as far as the finish.
Yeah, then the finish.
Yes, I like the finish very much. I'm going to go again with a 4 on that. Because I really liked how it was bold, but it like had that soft roundness at the end.
Okay. Yeah, I will say that the finish was surprising. You think after you have had a sip that you have tasted it and okay, this is it. And then all of a sudden you get some extra flavor to it.
Yeah.
Seems. I found that pretty intriguing. So I'm going to go with a 4 as well on that one. Oh. So what's our next beer, Kimberly?
Oh, the next one is the Red Rice. This is the one from Japan.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now this one is the strongest beer we're going to be trying today.
Yes, it might be the smallest bottle, but it sure is the strongest one.
It should pack a punch. It is a 7%. And this one was $6 for the bottle.
Was that the most expensive one out of the bunch?
Yes, this is the most expensive and the strongest beer.
All right. Well, let's try it out.
I can't get it open.
Does it want to open, Kimberly?
No, it doesn't like me.
Well, it is a strong beer.
Yes. It's stronger than me.
What are you doing? Okay, that just fell.
That's okay.
All right, there it is.
Ooh, this has more color. Look at that.
Yeah, that has quite a color to it indeed.
Ooh, and it has quite the head on it too.
Let's fill up my glass here.
Now the appearance.
All right, what are you going to say? Between the beer and the bottle.
Okay, the color is really pretty. It does have a more color to it. And I tend to like beers with more color. So we'll see how that goes. The bottle is really eye-catching. I mean, it does look like a Japanese beer.
Yeah, it does, very much so.
Right down to the little owl.
Yep, there it is. Little red owl.
And I don't know what all it says in Japanese.
Probably Hitachino Nest in Japanese.
There you go.
Because it the beer is, the full name is Red Rice Hitachino Nest. All right, I think the time has come to start rating. So okay. What do you think of the appearance?
I'm going to give it a 3.
Between the beer and the bottle?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see here. I do very much like the color of the beer. The bottle, however, I know it very much pulls you in. And yes, it is very Japanese, but it's not my favorite bottle.
I wonder why.
I don't know. It's something about the design I don't really find that appealing.
Okay.
So
either you like something or you don't.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 3.
So he agreed with me.
Then the aroma. It comes down to smell now. What do you think? There's hardly any smell to it if you ask me.
Yeah, it doesn't have a strong smell.
No, the Laško had a way stronger smell.
Mm-hmm. It has a soft fragrance to it.
What do you think?
I'll go middle of the row. I'll go with the, I'll go 3.
You go 3?
Yeah.
This smell really doesn't impress me. This is a 1.
Really?
Yeah, it really does not impress me.
See, for me, a 1 would smell bad. I don't think it smells bad.
Well, either that or hardly has a smell, and that applies to this. It hardly has a smell.
Now here's my favorite part.
Taste, yes. All right, let's go and taste.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Didn't see that coming.
It almost feels like it needs a few seconds to kind of have its warming up, but once it does...
I taste a little hoppy.
You can definitely taste that this is a bit of a stronger beer.
But it's not real hoppy. I could definitely sit and drink a few of these.
It's all right. I will say I do appreciate it has a bit of a sweet aftertaste if you ask me.
See, I get bitter aftertaste.
Wonder why?
I don't know. Because we're different people.
I suppose so. Well, your verdict for the taste?
I mean, I like it. I would drink it. I mean, I wouldn't send that one back. But I'm going to go with a 3 instead of a 4.
as far as I'm concerned, I am going to go with a 2.5 here. I'm really not impressed. It isn't terrible.
No, by no means. I should be sure.
Yeah, I should be sure too. Let me see. So then, mouthfeel. Now, I could appreciate that part.
Yeah, that was good. I'll go with 4.
That's what I'm going with. Oh, we agreed again on that
Yeah.
part. All right.
And then the finish.
Now the finish I found intriguing.
See, I'm going to go with a 3.
Why?
Because I did find it intriguing.
Yeah.
But that's a personal preference thing.
Yeah.
I like a little more mellow finish.
Oh, okay.
But that's just a personal preference.
See, I could very much appreciate how all of a sudden there's like an explosion of flavor in the finish. I could really appreciate that. I'm going to give that a 5.
Wow!
Yeah, that is worthy of a 5. That's I can appreciate that.
Now what's next, Neil?
The next one is the oldest beer in the world.
Oldest brewery.
Oldest brewery.
I hope this beer isn't that old.
Oldest brewery in the world, dating back from the year 1040, the time that knights were still around.
And drinking this beer.
Drinking this beer in old castles. Yes, exactly. Weihenstephaner from Germany, brewed under the German purity law of 1516. So it only outdoes the German purity law of 1516 by about 500 years.
Yes, it's the beer most loved by dragon slayers.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, on black and white, this is a very strong contender. So we're going to see. On a side note, I tend to very much gravitate towards the German beers that are very basic and brewed according to this purity law.
Now keep in mind too, this one, the alcohol is 5.1.
Yeah,
there
it is.
We paid $5 for this bottle.
After you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, beautiful.
Look how pretty that one is.
That is gorgeous.
Wow.
That's just like gold. The bottle doesn't look bad either.
No.
I like the bottle. All right. So, appearance.
Appearance of the beer itself, I like.
And the bottle, you need to keep the bottle in mind too.
Yeah, because we're doing the bottles too.
Yeah.
The appearance, I'm going to go with a 4.
Between the bottle and the beer?
Yep.
All right. So as for me, I like the bottle. It has that classic German feel to it. It almost tells you you're in for a very traditional beer. You almost know that it's going to be good, although you haven't tasted it yet. So I can't really say that quite yet, but I have a feeling.
Yeah, because it's,
And as far as the beer itself is concerned, look at that golden color.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. So I would say the bottle gets a nice and solid 4 from me. The beer itself is worthy of a 5. So that's going to be a 4.5 right off the bat, right there. So the German beer is off to a great start for me.
Yes, it is.
Then the aroma. Let's sniff here. Not a very strong aroma, but if you smell right, then
it doesn't smell sweet at all.
No, this is really beer.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
It's very straightforward. Doesn't have a very strong scent to it, but it's there.
It's there. I'm gonna go with a 3.
That's what I was thinking. So there we go.
Now the best part.
There comes the best part. Prost.
It's German beer.
Oh yes. Very nice taste indeed.
Well, there's a reason why they've been around since 1040.
It does appear to be so. Yes.
They survived the plague.
Well, Kimberly, what do you think?
I don't know, I'm busy drinking it. As far as taste, I'm going to give it a 5.
A 5?
You get a 5 from me, yeah.
Whoa.
I really like it. But I will admit, I may be drinking it and thinking of Germany and thinking of the beer hall.
You think there's a psychological effect involved?
I think there's a possibility because I'm a big fan of Munich. I'm a big fan of Bavaria. And this beer really puts me in mind of that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I mean, and having it in this little tiny glass seems odd because I should have a muss of it.
All right. Well, as for me, taste, a 5 would put it on the same level as my favorite beer of all time, which is Augustiner Edelstoff, which is not a beer I am trying today.
Because we can't get it.
Was Weihenstephaner from the oldest brewery in the world able to topple the Augustiner Edelstoff? No. I don't think it was.
Really?
You know, it's a very nice beer indeed, but the Augustiner Edelstoff remains on the throne for me. So I'm gonna go with a rock solid 4.
A 4.
Very solid 4. Mouthfeel. How does the beer feel in your mouth?
You know what? It feels really bubbly in my mouth, and I like that.
Yeah, oh yeah, very, very refreshing.
There's like a real crisp bubbliness to it, and I really like
I
that.
tell you what, for some reason, this beer tasted colder than the other two. I don't know why.
I don't either.
But it did, and I really liked it. So as far as mouthfeel is concerned, it's a very accessible yet inviting kind of feel to it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 5 for that one.
I'm going with a 5 too.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Oh my. Then it really has to be a 5 for mouthfeel.
Yeah. And as far as the finish goes, it's gonna get a 5.
Really?
Yeah, because you know what? I like that when it's done, it's done. It has a very crisp finish.
But not very creative.
Yeah, but you know what? I kind of like that. I think this would be very good with food.
It's almost like a continuation of what you're tasting when you're actually drinking.
Yes.
Yeah. I can appreciate that too, but it wasn't like as spectacular as the Japanese beer. So for the finish, I'm going to go with a 4.
Okay.
Yeah. It is time for the last beer we have.
Yes.
At least for this session.
At least for this session.
All right, get the big boy.
Hand me that one.
There we go. Baltika from Russia.
Yes. Now this is a really nice sized bottle of beer.
And yet it was not the most expensive one.
No, this one was $5.50.
Yeah.
It's 5% alcohol.
Yeah.
Now this one is a wheat ale.
Yes.
So this one's a little different. Can I have the opener,
you may
please?
have the opener. All right, there goes another lid to the ground.
Yes.
Look at how small that glass looks next to the bottle.
I know.
You gotta point that out.
It looks silly.
The bottle is like 6 times the size of the glass.
It's like a wine bottle that I'm pouring into the beer.
That's great.
There you go.
Thank you. All right. Ooh, that actually has a very nice color too.
You know what I notice?
What do you notice?
I notice that this one is cloudier than the German beer.
By a little bit. So what are you going to give it for appearance?
Well, if we looked at the beer itself and we're looking at the bottle, I'm going to go with a 4 because I'll tell you why. I think the bottle's impressive.
Yeah.
I like the size of the bottle, and I mean...
Here it is again.
And the thing is too, is when you think
and this is the size next to my bottle of water.
Yeah.
That's just brilliant.
When you think of Russia, you think of a big country.
Yeah.
And so this
big
kind
country,
of...
big bottle.
Big bottle of beer. So that kind of symbolizes that. So
yep.
I think that's a very good thing. So I'm going to go with a 4.
All right. Well, I am with Kimberly when it comes to the size of the bottle. That is impressive. It's hands down one of the biggest sizes of... one of the biggest bottles of beer that I have ever seen. For that alone, it deserves a nice and high rating. And I like how they actually have like a logo carved in the glass. I'm not sure if it's going to show on camera.
Into the glass.
Yeah, so
it's very pretty.
You can actually hear it when you go over it with your nail like this.
Yeah, very pretty.
Yeah. So I like that a lot. So the bottle is going to get a 5 from me. The appearance a 4. So therefore a 4.5 total.
You know what else too is, I'm going to point this out. Can you hand me the bottle, please, Neil?
Yeah.
The way it goes in the center makes it very comfortable to hold.
Yeah, it does. Firm grip.
Firm grip.
All right. Then the aroma.
Oh.
Oh, that's a very distinct smell.
Yeah.
Very distinct smell. But not very strong.
Okay, this doesn't smell like beer. I smell fruitiness.
You know, in a way, it kind of puts me in the mindset of the Japanese beer we tasted, in that it doesn't have much of a smell to it.
No, see, I smell fruitiness.
There is fruitiness for sure.
I smell applesauce.
Applesauce in
I
beer?
smell applesauce.
How the heck do you smell applesauce in there?
I don't know, but I smell applesauce.
All right, so what are you going to give the aroma?
I'm going to give the aroma a 2.
A 2?
A 2, because you know what? Smelling it wouldn't make me want to drink it necessarily.
No, yeah, I'm leaning towards a 2 as well. If you smell it, it really does have somewhat of a smell to it. You can smell that there's a sweetness to it, a fruitiness to it, but it's not the smell that's going to pull you into drink this. So yes, for me it's getting a 2 as well. There we go, best part.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, that is bizarre.
Tastes nothing like it smells. How's that even possible?
I'm very intrigued. I can tell you that. It doesn't even taste like a typical wheat ale. I was expecting far more of,
There's
wheat
more
ale
crispness
taste.
to it than I ever thought there was going to be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Way more crispness than I thought there was going to be. Not my favorite beer, I'll be honest with you.
It seems just like after you sip it and you swallow, then it seems like the sweetness really starts kicking in.
See, I'm still getting apples. I'm still getting
How
applesauce.
are you getting apples?
The aftertaste, I'm getting like applesauce. And I like applesauce more than I like the beer.
I'm intrigued, I'll tell you this, but it's not my favorite.
No, I wouldn't send it back.
No.
But I wouldn't order a second one. Okay.
So what is it gonna be for taste?
It's going to be a 2.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's not real hoppy, so it doesn't get a 1. But
Okay.
it's not anything that I would order a second one.
See, I think it's worth of a 3. It's definitely not what you expect, but I was just so intrigued with it.
Okay.
And I kind of appreciated the sweetness in it, and it's not a bad beer. It's just different, very different, and perhaps not what I would usually go for, but not worthy of a very bad grade. So a 3 it is. Mouthfeel.
I should be sure.
Yeah, we should be sure.
That's very nice.
It has a softness to it.
I think it's still nice and bubbly. I'm going to go with a 3.
I actually really like the way it feels in my mouth. That's worthy of a 4 for me. Yeah, it has a softness to it. It's kind of like smooth. Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm going to go with a 3.
For the finish?
This was clearly not my favorite beer.
Well, let's see. See, I don't mind the finish. I actually kind of like it. Again, it's not what I would typically go for. I'm gonna go with a 3.5 on that. So that concludes the beers that we have just tasted.
Yeah.
So now it is time to see who is going to be the winner.
Yes. Well, for me, definitely it's actually between the Laško from Slovenia and the German beer.
Okay. Yeah, going by your grades, that seems about right.
Yeah, I would definitely say. And I think it's very important that I taste them again to be sure which one I like.
Okay, well, I agree with that.
I think that's important.
Let's do one more round here.
I'm going to do...
Fill up the glasses. There you go.
A little taste of that.
Yeah, we'll fill mine up.
And I need some more of the German one.
Some more of the German one.
What's that called again?
Weihenstephaner.
Weihenstephaner.
There you go. Oh, look at you pronouncing that.
Because it is a little known fact that the more beer you drink, the more German you speak.
All right, there we go. So we also need to be sure that we hand out the bronze medal.
Yes, of course.
And the spot without a medal.
We're being very thorough.
Yeah, very thorough.
This is completely for your benefit.
Let's first go for the last and the third spot. So the third and the fourth place. Go ahead.
Now this one looks to me like, according to my ratings, it has a pretty strong 3. Now, we're going to try the Russian one.
Go for it.
I like the Japanese one better.
You like the Japanese one better? Okay.
Yes, definitely.
So, on that note, that means that for you, the Russian beer comes in fourth place.
Yeah,
okay.
It does.
And then the Japanese one gets bronze.
Yes.
All right. Going by the ratings that I gave, it appears that the match between third and fourth spot, I think it's going to be a battle just like you between the Japanese guy and the Russian one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with, let's see about the Japanese one again first.
It's an interesting beer.
I'll actually clean the palate just to be really, really sure. And now it's time to sip the Russian beer one more, the Baltika. All right, I have a verdict.
You do?
Yes. For me, it's the other way around.
Of course it is.
So, yes, the Japanese beer is an interesting beer for sure.
Yes.
But there's something about it that makes it not my beer.
I can understand that. I don't think that it is. No, I really don't. I can truly see that the Japanese one would be more me and the other one would be more you.
Yeah, that leaves us both with the same contenders for the number one.
You go first on this one.
All right, then here it goes. First, the Laško from Slovenia. Laško, which has scored very decent grades in my rating here. Laško is a strong contender, but is it going to be strong enough to
topple a German beer?
To topple a German beer here. There it goes. One more round for the Weihenstephaner.
Yeah, but you have to take in consideration. Make sure it's not just nostalgia.
Mm-hmm. I need one final round.
Okay. This is amazing. I'm surprised.
Well, I'm really trying to pay attention to what you said.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta stay objective, not just blindly go for the German beer. And you're right, so yes. Laško from Slovenia, Laško Club. All right.
Okay, he's still thinking.
And then, Weihenstephaner from Germany.
Well, you can't taste it again.
No, I can't. If I'm to go by my glass... there is no question if you go by the glass.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, there was a question. And I've made up my mind. You sensed it coming, don't you?
I do. I sensed it when you bought them.
You sensed it when I bought them?
Yes.
Why?
Because there's a German beer involved.
Yeah, but still, I gave
and it's from 1040.
Listen,
It survived the plague.
Well, surely if it survived the plague, there must be something good about it. But nevertheless, yes, I'll be honest, my big winner is Weihenstephaner from Germany. I am, in the end, a beer conservative at heart. I like my beers plain and simple, straightforward.
Yeah.
Preferably brewed according to the German purity law from 1516. That's just me with beer. And I will say though, the Laško Club from Slovenia does get a very, very solid silver medal here. Did an excellent job giving the German beer a run for its money. But in the end, the German beer does win it for me.
Okay, so now it's my turn.
It's your turn. There it goes. Kimberly with the Laško Club. Can the Laško Club defeat the German beer for Kimberly, perhaps?
That's really good.
She really seems to like it. But is it going to be enough to defeat the German beer that has seen so many centuries?
I love the finish on this.
Don't you need to have a sip of water?
I should. You're right.
You need to be sure about this. There it goes. Sniffing a little bit more. It looks like Kimberly's having a hard time here.
Well, this is difficult. This is one of the hardest decisions I've made.
You know, the interesting thing is, if you look at the black on white of it, the German beer does score higher for you.
Yes, I know.
And yet you seem to be very hesitant.
Yeah.
Do you feel that maybe you didn't give the appropriate ratings to the Laško Club?
Maybe.
Do you wish to revise any ratings?
Yes, I wish to give the taste a 5.
Whoa! That puts it on par with the German beer here.
I really like it.
Whoa.
I will be honest with you, if I was just going to sit and drink and talk, I would drink this one. Without a doubt in my mind.
Really?
Yeah. Now, if I was drinking and eating, I'd probably go with the German one.
Okay, that's interesting. So it's really a close call.
It's really a close call. I mean...
But then how do you explain that the German beer overall has some higher ratings than the Slovenian
I don't know.
one?
I think because the German one's so traditional. I really do like it. But if I have to pick, which I do have to pick, I guess.
Yeah, you can only give one golden medal and one silver one. One final round to be sure.
Darn. I'll go with Slovenia.
Really? Whoa! There you go. So the Laško Club, here is Kimberly's winner. There it is. Laško Club from Slovenia. There
and
you
also
go.
our cheapest beer that we bought.
It is, really?
Yes!
Oh, that's funny.
I'm a cheap date.
Yeah, I suppose so. Wow, that was spectacular.
Yeah, and a lot of fun. I hope next time we have some dark beers to try.
I think we may have, because 2 of the beers for our next tasting we already have.
Good.
And I can tell you that one of them happens to be a dark beer. I'm not going to say from which country. But yes, there will be a darker beer involved.
Oh, good. Because I do like dark beers too.
Well, thank you so much for watching. We really enjoyed doing this little different video today about tasting beers. We're going to make sure that none of this beer gets wasted.
Of course not.
And
No beer is wasted in the making of our video.
That is right.
Okay. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Notification bell on.
Yes. That way you do know that when we have a new video posted or when we're doing one of our lives, because you are invited.
Yeah. And if you have an opinion on any of the beers that we tasted today, do feel free to discuss them with us in one of our live streams. Our live streams are highly interactive, so we want to talk to you.
Yes.
We are not just the kind of people that just sit there and ramble off stories all the time. We actually want to have a conversation.
Yes.
So, and we would really think it would be awesome if you came in our live stream and said, you know what, I saw you taste these beers and I tasted them as well. You give us your opinion.
Yeah, or leave a comment below too.
Yeah, you can certainly do that too.
But join the conversation.
That's right. So until next time, I'm Neil.
And I'm Kimberly.
And this is To Travel and Tour.